Jordan Love walking away from Aaron Rodgers. But it's all love. They hugged it out. It was all good between the two of them. A lot of mutual respect, clearly. Um, this was a great win by the Green Bay Packers. I live streamed it with everyone. Shout out to everyone who was part of the live stream. A ton of fun. The game was competitive right up until it wasn't. You know, I think this game, obviously Jordan Love played awesome. Tucker Kraft. I am going to continue to do victory laps about Kraft. I don't even care. I'm doing it every time he has a big game. I'm doing a victory lap because I pounded the table all last season and all this off season too. I said Kraft, 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 Kraft. I said he needs to be Kelsey to Mahomes, Kraft to Love. And what do you have? You have monster. It's his security blanket. Some huge throws. Monster yak. 131 yards plus with yards after catch, which was the most for any tight end since 2018. That's what I'm talking about. Jordan Love, 20 straight completions since Favre did it for the Packers in 2007. Listen, all that type of stuff is all well and good. And those first 5 possessions of the second half, they scored on there. But the reality is the way how this game was won to me was two main reasons. First and foremost, when the game was close, because it was genuinely close in the beginning, for a big chunk of the game, really, right? Really, for the first 3 quarters, you were kind of like, okay, this game is somewhat imbalanced. The huge difference was that the Packers made big plays. That was the fundamental difference. Jordan Love was smart throughout this entire game. As we were live streaming, I kept saying, like, Jordan Love keeps checking the ball down, and it was great. It was smart. It was efficient football. He was just taking the positive yards. He wasn't constantly just going for big play hunting. He allowed them to come to him in those moments, and when those moments came to him, we saw it all, right? Like, he's making beautiful throws. The one big moment to Kraft was definitely a little fortunate. It was a great play by him. Probably got away with an offensive pass interference a little bit. And I'm sure the Steelers fans are definitely going to be upset because that was right after they missed an offsides, which was clearly offsides. But, credit to the Packers for taking advantage of anything that kind of hung in the balance, and they just got after it, right? I mean, it was clear that the Packers came out with so much more intensity, so much more fight, so much more resiliency. Like, they were they were so much more relentless in this game. And whether some calls or some plays kind of went favorably on their end, because again, to me, it was really those 2 huge plays and those 2 huge throws, the one to Kraft, the one to Watson. That was the change. That was the difference of the game. That's 14 points right. That directly led to 14 points right there. And it's not hard to imagine that they don't get those plays. But regardless, the Packers were still in control. The Packers were still clearly the better team. Their defense rose to the occasion after a big score, after a big moment, forcing a huge sack or a 3 and out, 3rd and long, whatever it may be on Aaron and the Steelers. They were just ready to play situational football in the biggest moments and when the moments mattered most. This game, again, even though the Steelers, kind of brought it up a little bit closer, there was just Aaron really had nowhere to go the entire game. They couldn't get any pressure on Jordan Love. I don't think he was sacked once this game, or he might have or he kind of got hit at the very end of the game. But Jordan Love, 29 for 37, 360 yards, 9.7 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, 134.2. Only 94 yards rushing, 26 yards, and a lot of that, or 26 carries, and a lot of that kind of came more near the tail end of the game for sure. But it's just funny because, again, Tucker Kraft had 131 plus yards yak, and he had 143 yards total. Pretty crazy. I feel like there's got to be a miss here with that, because that's what they said on the broadcast with 131 yards plus from yak. But that one pass to Kraft that Jordan Love made, that beautiful pass, I guess that was technically only a 12-yard pass in terms of like air yards. I don't know. I'd have to take a look at that again. That seems a little light to me. Regardless, monster game, monster moments, and that's how you get your quarterback reliably, over 300 some yards, is when you can get yards after catch. You guys know I bang this drum all the time. Yak, 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 yak. And who's constantly up in yak? Travis Kelce, who's consistently been top in the NFL in yards after catch throughout Patrick Mahomes' entire career. Travis Kelce. You get that generating with Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love. It makes things a lot easier. As again, we saw right here. Like, these are the little things that make you not just great, but elite. These are the things that make you special. These are the things that end up being devastating to teams. Devastating. It's just absolutely devastating. And these are the things that you need reliably, that you need consistently. It's not always needing your quarterback to make a perfect 30-yard pass, a 20-yard back shoulder. Like, it's not always about that. It's not always about those pinpoint, throws in double coverage or whatever. Like, those moments are important. Those plays are important. You got to have it, right? But, like, this is what I always talk about with the team rising to the occasion, the team stepping up, the team picking up where the quarterback leaves off, because it could only be so much on him. And so again, all in all, I just think just a great game for the Green Bay Packers. Just a great game. They took advantage of the Steelers defense. I think it should be fair to say that the Steelers defense is not good, and they are struggling significantly, which is why I appreciate the patience from Jordan Love. Jordan Love knows that going into this game, this defense has not been good. I mean, they now have back-to-back games where they just gave up 30 or plus points. And there were plenty of moments when there were receivers wide open, and that's why I love Jordan Love checking the ball down so much, because there were plenty of moments that he was just like, the throw's not there, so I'm not going to force it. I'm just going to take care of the ball. He managed the first half. And then in the second half, when it was time for him to make big plays, make big throws, have open receivers, push the ball down the field, you can. And that's what you get by now also checking the ball down as well. Like, it sets everything up. So I just thought it was just a really, really highly executed game. Really, really, more than anything. More than what the final score ended up being. More than the whole battle between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. It's just, I just think everyone really rose to the occasion in a pretty great way. I mean, look at this third down, 1st and 10. And again, it's like, that's why, like, when I watch that game, it's like nothing to do with Aaron. If there was another quarterback back there, I don't know how many third downs they're converting, honestly. I really don't. There's just the Packers defense just did such a great job. And it wasn't even because they were just constantly generating pressure on Aaron either. There was just nowhere to ever really go. They just took away many of his options consistently. And yeah, I mean, you have no turnovers. You convert on third down. You don't allow them to convert on third down. You're gonna win a lot of games. You're gonna win a lot of games. So all in all, a weirdly competitive game but still felt like the Packers were clearly the better team, making the plays when they mattered most. And then they separated. And once there was separation, when I was doing the live stream, I just was like, I hope we can get something a little bit competitive. Like, you're like, I hope the Steelers, again, I'm not that I'm rooting for the Steelers, but just hoping for like some action, for some drama, just for fun, especially since live streaming. But the whole time you're just like, if the Steelers even made some noise, if they, scored a touchdown, put it in between one score, whatever it is, even if this game felt like it was going to be similar to the Cincinnati Bengals, where it was like, oh man, Aaron Rodgers just had a huge play, scored a touchdown, now the ball's back in Jordan Love's hands, there was no sense that the Packers wouldn't have been able to just do whatever they needed to do. They need a field goal, great. They need a touchdown, great. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, great. Right? Like, that was the one play when they scored the touchdown, and then they have the wide open 2-point conversion, right? Like, just even little things like that. Whatever they needed throughout this game, they did. So just impressive all around. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Green Bay Packers taking down the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-25? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're all on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.